Hello, my name is Stephen O'Hara with the Better Software Company. Today I will be showing you the new Customer Revenue Report in bPro. This great new report provides some excellent insight into which clients are factoring into your company's revenue. To find this report, click on the Reports menu on the left, and underneath the Finance section, you will find Customer Revenue. Please note that due to the configurability of bPro, you might find the location or the order of this location slightly different in your system, and possibly the labeling slightly different as well. But by default, we call this the Customer Revenue Report. So I will tuck this away, and I'll start by explaining the layout of this report page for us. So first off, we have available templates preloaded to allow you to quickly look at different date ranges. So it saves you setting the date range filters each time. So you can look at this week, last week, this month, last month, or this year or last year. Okay, so great for doing comparatives. Any templates that you save for yourself, so if you set your own filters and you'd like to pull that up in the future, simply provide a name for the template and click the Save button here. The template will then appear in your available template section. What's really cool about this is you can favorite the template to make it default, and you can remove any templates that are no longer relevant. Okay. We have a new grid format on the report, and this is just tremendous for accessibility of information. So you'll see there's a number of columns here. Oops. And if I scroll to the right, I can see all kinds of good information. Okay. Some of the columns also have sorting options. So if you have a number of results and you'd like to sort them, you can use the little sorting arrows here. At the bottom, we are shown the total number of jobs that make up our results, the total amount of revenue, and the average sale. Okay, so all good information. We can choose the amount of rows to display per page. And if we get into multiple pages, you'll be able to cycle through the pages here as well. Okay, I'll quickly explain some of the available filter options. Currently, I have the revenue range set for the month of September. And the revenue range is likely the most important filter you can apply. This tells the report what range to find results in. Okay, so this revenue report and all revenue reports will only consider orders that you've marked complete in bPro. Okay, so that's when they count as revenue. So if I wanted to say set my date range, I'll set it to the start of the year to today. So I'm just going to be searching records within that range. You can apply minimum or maximum revenue amounts. This could be a way to find maybe your top spenders. That's an idea. There are client filters here. So if you wanted to look up revenue associated to a specific client, simply type their name in here and you can pull the results. You can also find revenue associated to some of the intel pieces like mood, age range, and gender. So a little bit in terms of how your revenue relates to different intel demographics. You can also find revenue associated to clients that were created in bPro within a certain period. So an idea there might be, okay, my new customers in the last month or so, I'd like to see what they're spending with us. And so that's a nice one there. Under job filters, you can pull up revenue associated to a specific job number, orders of a certain status, or jobs created by specific users. Okay, so just to clarify that this relates simply to orders created by those users. I can look at revenue associated to jobs that were created in bPro within a certain date range, jobs that were converted in bPro within a certain date range. Okay, so that speaks to that conversion from quote or estimate to those open or scheduled or confirmed status jobs, depending on how your system language is. Okay. Service date. So find revenue associated to jobs that were serviced within a certain period, and service date is directly related to those calendar events that you tie to your orders. Okay, this is one of the coolest new additions to this report, to the system really. You can set the client not serviced during filter. And again, this will apply against your revenue date range. So if I'm searching a revenue date range of January 1st to today, I could then search clients that weren't serviced, say, in the last 3 months, but they were serviced from January to that period. Okay, I know a lot of times people might look back a lot further. So if you say wanted to pull all time, clients say that weren't serviced in the last 6 months, set this revenue date range as back as far as you want to go, okay, as far as you want to search. So if I wanted to see records that say, or customers that weren't serviced in the last 6 months and starting, I don't know, from say January 1st, 2016 to now. Okay, and we'll go to my clients not serviced during, and I will set this. So what's 6 months, right? So that would be March, I believe. Okay, March 1st to September 18th. Okay, we'll apply this filter. I'm just going to continue explaining the remaining filters, but this is a cool one that I'd like to show. Okay, you can also find revenue for orders that were completed in the system within a certain period. That's very helpful. You can pull results that have balances owing, so that's a nice toggle to have, and see who owes you money. Again, revenue is based on that process of marking the services or items returned or completed in the close menu. Okay, so they still could be potentially carrying a balance. Okay, so we can use balance owing ranges as well. If you like, if you use Intel tags, this will be a very helpful one for you too. You can really find revenue, again, based on that revenue date range for clients that carry certain Intel tags. So if I'm tagging off my senior citizen clients as I service them, I could then pull a list of all of the revenue associated to those clients. Very cool. Location filters, you won't have to worry about that too much as single locations. Product filters, this I also love because we can pull all clients that have had certain types of services within the revenue date range. Right? So if I wanted to find all of my, say, clients within the last 6 months that have had any services related to our labor category, I can pull them all up. So that's very common where people like to see clients that have done certain types of work within certain periods, track down exactly who those clients are, their phone numbers, their emails. This is a great way to target groups of clients that you may want to send promotions or reminders to receive that same service again. Okay, so products and regions. Regions is also extremely helpful. So if you service various areas, whether it's cities, zip codes, You can narrow down results by geographic regions. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply this filter again for clients not serviced within the last 6 months. Now this is only going to show me revenue, clients with revenue from January 1st, 2016 to March 1st of this year. Okay, so we're going to hit apply filters. We should get a good number of results back here. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, so we've got 98 jobs within that period for clients that haven't had work in the last 6 months. Okay, I've got their names, their business names, their addresses, their contact phone numbers, their emails. Now, if this was me, I think I would likely export this or work off this list, maybe even send out a promotional email to remind these clients to get them back in the door with us for repeat business. Very easy to do this, and you know you're working with just clients that haven't had work in the last 6 months. Okay, so if you do choose to export, click the export button here, and what will happen is the new report actually will compile the export in the background and email it directly to you. Now it will email it to your login user email. Okay, so that's pretty nice. You can see this directly in your inbox shortly. This helps with larger chunks of data. So rather than the export timing out during creation, it can continue to work away and send you that file, even if it is very large. Okay. Further to that, I'll just take a quick peek here and show you some of the additional columns that are in this report. Again, this is very customer centric. So we're trying to really find out who is behind, which clients are behind the revenue within these periods, right? So I can see, you know, the number of completed orders for those clients within that period, the revenue tied to that client, their average sale amounts, whether or not any discounts may have been applied. I can see how long they've been customers in our system, which is nice. Lead sources, if applied, those are really helpful as well. So you kind of get that sense to measure your return on investment with those different forms of bringing in clients. We can see how many unconverted quotes these clients might have, and the value of those unconverted quotes. Total taxes charged, very helpful. Assigned intel, when their last job was in the system, their average time to convert their quotes. So some are very quick conversions, and we can see our overall conversion percentage for all orders associated to that client. So we want to see 100s, but you know, it gives you that sense on your conversion ratios there. Okay, so this is the customer revenue report. Extremely helpful, again, for tracking down the clients tied to your business revenue. The product filters for me are my favorite, along with the customers not serviced within a certain period. All right. So if you have any questions about the new customer revenue report, please feel free, chat in with your questions, and we'll be happy to provide you the proper direction. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.